In today's video, we will see how we can use some Arduino's particular keywords to tell Arduino that okay, we are going to give a we are going to give an input or an output. We are going to take an input or we are going to give an output, and whether it is an input, analog or digital one. So as I said, we are going to play around with the pins, and we are going to say the Arduino, okay, this pin is going to be an input pin or an output pin, and also we are going to say the output is going to be either digital or analog, or the input is going to be either analog or digital. So we are going to say all these four things to the program. So how we can say this to the Arduino in a programming language? To say that, we have some specific keywords in the programming language. Like I'm talking in English, I'm using some specific keywords in English, right? That means whatever the word in English language dictionary, I'm using one of those words. So I'm using that words to express my thoughts in English, right? So like that, if you want to say something to Arduino in Arduino's language, you have to use the words in the Arduino's dictionary actually. So to tell the Arduino, okay, this is going to be an input or an output, or to tell the Arduino this is going to be an analog input or analog output, and digital input or digital output, you have to use some specific keywords or the words that is in the Arduino's programming language dictionary. So I will tell you the name of I will tell you the keywords now. Let's forget about this programming structure. Just let's know the keywords first. Okay. Then in the next video, we will see how to use the keywords and where to use to do or implement, let's say, a Blink program successfully. So first thing, what I said you was the thing is actually the digital or analog. Input or output. Okay. So input or output. As I said you, a pin that can be either used one of these, so input or output. So you have to mention to Arduino, so this particular pin I am going to use as an input or output. So then Arduino will remember, right? You can be using that pin for any of these one purpose, right? Either input or output, right? So for that, but the keyword we have is called pinMode. Please remember, this is a camel case letter. So P is small, M is capital, right? pinMode, and then you will have a bracket. Okay, so then you may have a, like, let's say, semicolon as usual. So pinMode is the keyword for that, and within that pinMode we will pass this number of the pin. Okay, pin number, and with a comma, is a comma. Okay, comma, we will pass that input or output, whatever that name. Okay, so either input or output we will pass, and that has to be in what do you call for this one, just remember that has to be in block letter. Let's have it this as state. So that means input or output. State. It's not actually state, but let's say state means input or output, right? So that means, let's say, let me notify it this way. So let's say we call it as state. Okay, we pass a state. This line will, if you correctly pass, let's say pinMode 13 output, then that means pin number 13 is going to be used as output. So just if you say 13, that means digital pin 13, right? Because as you saw in the picture, normal 13 means digital pins. And another thing is, if you want to use it as an input, then you will say pinMode 10 input. So then pinMode 10 is ready to take an input, right? So that is how we say this, right? pinMode. Please remember this keyword. pinMode is a keyword in Arduino that is used to mention whether the particular pin is used for an input purpose or output purpose. Okay, that is one thing. Other thing is whether your input or output. So if you tell that, then that particular pin will be defined, designed or allocated for that purpose, input purpose or output purpose, right? Then in somewhere in the code, okay, please remember these parts are not normally written outside of the void setup and void loop, right? I will remove this. So this is written somewhere inside, but still I wanted to express you what actually happens. Oh my god, did I delete this? Oh my god, there's no control plus Z. So I will rewrite them. Input, I'm sorry, please give me a minute. Or output. Okay, and the keyword is, and I will have a comment. Oh my god. And the keyword is, I will write it again, pinMode. Okay. So, and you can have a bracket, open and close bracket, and within this bracket you will have basically the pin number and the state. Okay, pin number, comma, let's say state. You can find it. Okay, cool. So thanks for tolerating me actually. State. Okay, and you will have this whatever we call this semicolon. Where's that guy? Okay. And also you can have an equal, like as I said you, like so that you can understand, equals state. Okay, so and the other thing as I said you is what type of input or output you are going to give. So that will be either where can I find it? Okay, digital or analog. Okay, digital or analog. Okay, so the basic thing is yep, we are going to give any of that, right? So the first part is done, right, with the pin, right? Input or output, I'm going to say that's fine. So now it can be let's say if you are saying a particular pin is output, then it can be digital output or analog output. Let's say you are going to say a particular pin as input, it can be a digital input or analog input. Okay, so if you are going to give a digital output, the keyword you are supposed to use is digital digital write. Okay, so this is the keyword for giving a digital output in a pin, right? Okay, so you may ask me, so this keyword itself is saying it is digital output, then why do you have to say here also this pin is going to be used an output? So that is a rule in Arduino, right, in the Arduino programming language, so we can't change it, right? So you have to tell it separately. Even though digital write says it is a digital output, still you have to already say to the Arduino programming language this pin is going to be an output already. Okay, so otherwise it may not give you the expected results. Okay, so digital write, then you will have an open and close bracket, and again you will pass the particular pin number that you have already mentioned as an output somewhere, right? So pin number. Okay, so and then you will have to mention the state. Okay, not in this state we can say we cannot say actually state, condition I will say, that means the condition of the pin. Okay, so it can be either high or low, right? In digital what we have two states. We can say it 1 or 0 or high or low, right? Because digital is always on or off, right? So high or low. So if you say high, that means that's like 1. If you say low, that's like 0. Okay, so this thing you have to do. So you can have any one of anything, right? Either high or low. So that you should remember, right? So when you say a particular pin is high, actually what happens is that pin is going to give 5-volt output. When you are saying a particular pin is low, the pin is going to give a ground or 0-volt output. So that means high, low, digital, right? On or off, 1 or 0. That's understandable, right? Okay, that's fine. So if you are taking a digital input, okay, then simply what you do is the keyword you are going to use is digital read. Okay, and simply you will pass the pin number. And also remember, digital read is not ending with here. So when you are taking an input, you have to assign it to a particular variable. Please remember this. So just know you will digital read, the keyword for input, for digital input is digital read. That's enough for you, right? So don't go much beyond that. When we come to the digital input part, like switching and all, we will see a deep view. We will have a deep view on this. So for the moment, just remember it. Okay, and if you are going to give an analog output, okay, analog output and analog output, right? So that will be like analog. The keyword for that will be analog write. This is the keyword you have to use, and still you have to give that whatever that A0, A1 or something, your pin number, analog number, right? Because you are going to use the analog pin, right, for analog output. And obviously you will have to give a comma and for analog we have values, right? When the analogs topic comes, we will study that further. For the moment, remember, instead of high or low for analog, we will have values, because analog means we have different values. Let's say temperature values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 50 or 100, like that. You will have whatever the particular value you need to give, you can have. Okay, and if you want to take an analog input, basically we will have analog read. Okay, so it's that simple actually. You have to write like this, and again if you pass the pin number, that's enough, because it's input now, so you can't give a value or something as an output. It's coming, right? So just pin number is enough, pin number. And also remember, even when we take the analog input, like we are taking the digital input, for analog input also we have to assign these input values, whatever this function value, to a particular variable, right? So just don't worry about that, because that thing, when we study analog inputs, we will have a look on that. So please remember, we have to assign it to a particular variable. And if for this moment, if you remember, for digital input the keyword is digital read, and for analog input the keyword is analog read, and we have to pass the pin number, that's enough. And for analog write, for digital analog output, this is the concept, right? This is the keyword and way you have to write it. And for digital output, this is the way and keywords you have to write it. So please keep it in mind. So we have all the four conditions, right? First one is this line number 6 is digital output, and digital input, analog output, and analog input. So we have all the four states, right? And also we have that input output mentioning part also here. Okay, so I think this is that much clear. So we can proceed to the next real world example, actually coding example, in the next video or in the upcoming video. So until then, bye.